Good morning, everybody. Welcome to kind of a crash course in 80-day obsession nutrition. I'm Coach Melissa McLam. Thanks for being a part of our 80-day challenge that we're starting this Monday, April 30th. So most of you who are watching this video have already been through a little obsessed with us, either for the last 5 days or the last 10 days. This is a little obsessed is for beginners to intermediates. This is going to take it up a notch. So if you have to follow the modifier, then don't feel bad about doing that. Modify, do what you're able to do, and eventually you're going to be able to lift heavier weights, do the blue band or the green band, but start at your level. So I got my shirt on, all the pineapples here. That's going to be your safe word for 80-day obsession, and we're glad to have you on this journey with us. So I want to try to help you navigate the time to nutrition and where to start with that as we begin to prep going toward Monday as our start date. And I will say the time nutrition is a little overwhelming at first, but if you will just take a few minutes to watch this video, I'm going to help try to walk you through it step by step so you understand better how to do it. But just know it's going to be a little of a learning curve in the beginning, but once you get it down pat, it's going to be super simple and work like clockwork. Okay, so let me share screen so that you can see my computer and we can talk about this nutrition plan together. All right, so let me move that over there out of the way. All right, when you open up Beachbody On Demand on your computer, it looks just like this. This is the 80-day obsession workout plan that I've already pulled up. This would be your workout list if you're accessing it from your computer. You cannot see this information if you are doing your workouts from a TV like I am. So Amazon Fire Stick, Chrome TV, Mac TV, you can't see this information from the television screen. You have to go to a laptop computer, a desktop, iPad, phone to be able to access the information, okay? Each week you will have a weekly obsession to watch prior to that week starting. The weekly obsessions, you guys, are so much fun to watch, and it kind of prepares you for what is coming up during the week. So you're not like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this was coming. Remember, you're doing 80 different workouts. And I can promise you that even though I have already been through the whole 80 days, and I'm getting ready to restart from day one with you, I promise you it will be different this 80 days than it was the first 80 days. There will be things that I'm able to do better than I did the first round. I will still be challenged. So it's not like you go through this 80 days and then you're like, that's it, I don't ever have to do that program again. You can repeat it as many times as you want to because it's always going to keep challenging you. All right, so to get to the program materials, you're going to hit program materials, and then you're going to see the 80-day obsession starter guide pop up. So just hit the PDF file, and here's our start guide. Welcome. It's describing how important scheduling your workout is, how important it is to do the timed nutrition, because ladies, you cannot outwork your workout. You can't, you don't want to undo everything you do in your workout in your nutrition. And so it's so important that you also incorporate the timed nutrition. In phase 2, we'll be introducing what's called refeed days. You don't need to worry about those right now because we're only in phase 1. And then self-care is super important. And I will say that it is the one thing that I didn't do a good job of. And I think it's the one thing I'm going to focus on the most in this next round. Self-care is so important, you guys, whether it's foam rolling, getting a massage, going to bed earlier, doing a sauna. It's really important, and I'm beginning to see the value of the self-care that I neglected. All right, the second thing you're going to want to do is take all your measurements and your before and after pictures. Now, I know that nobody wants to take the dreaded pictures, but you guys, you need to take your pictures because you're going to be surprised from day 1 to day 80 how much your body changes. And most of the time we can't see it ourselves just looking in a mirror every day. But if we look at two pictures, the pictures are not going to lie. We're going to be able to see the difference between day 1 and day 80. In fact, we're going to encourage you to take a picture at the end of each phase. Redo your measurements at the end of each phase. Take your weight at the end of each phase, because that will determine how your nutrition changes in the next phase. You will not stay, more than likely, you will not stay in the same tier for all 80 days of this program. And honestly, you guys, it's really more like 96 days because we don't count the rest days. So please make sure you take your measurements and your before and after pictures. You can track those in your Challenge Tracker app, or you can write it down. I would also highly recommend, which I didn't do the first time and I'm going to be doing it this time, that you print all your worksheets for the phase and put them in a notebook. And I will show you how to do that later because I'm going to be doing it myself. So here's how we calculate our calorie target. So we're going to take our baseline, our current weight. So I'm just going to do mine as an example, you guys. My current weight is 122.6. So I multiply that times 11, and that gives me 1348.60. That's my caloric baseline. Like if I don't want to lose weight, but I do want to lose weight. Okay. So I'm going to take my baseline. I'm going to add 600 calories to that because that's going to be my calorie burn. That gives me 1948.60. That's a lot of calories that I would get to have if I was just maintaining my weight, which may be where I go for this next round. But for most of you, you're wanting to lose weight. So you have to subtract in the first phase, you have to subtract 750 calories, which would put me at 1,198 calories, which is below 1,200. So I would definitely be at the bottom end of tier, the first tier, eating plan A. All right. That would be how I figure out my calorie target to lose weight for 80-day obsession. When I get to phase 2 and 3, you're going to see here where we're going to do it differently, and the calorie deficit is going to be much less. Okay, so here's where I would be eating plan A, and tells me exactly what to do next. Get my eating plan together, watch the starter videos, and get my workouts scheduled. Of course, here's all the equipment you're going to need, which we've talked about that before. Performance line products and Shakeology. I cannot emphasize how important both of those are to this particular program. You're going to want this Energize formula in your nutrition plan. If you don't use any other performance line product but Energize, you've really got to consider using Energize, you guys. There's so many good things in it that it's just good for your body, regardless of whether you're using it to work out or not. So I cannot highly recommend it enough. All right, so that's the starter guide. So I'm going to click out of this. We're going to go back. Now I'm going to go to the nutrition guide. So push that drop down. If I want to access all my food lists, I click this PDF and I can print it. If you're a vegan and you want the vegan container food lists, you would print this PDF file here. And then I'm going to click on the eating plan A because that's where I told you I would be eating from. And I pull it up. You can print this whole thing, or you can just print the information that is most important. Like if you want to print this page right here, if you're new to the meal plan, and then this is the page that is pertinent, all right? This is how you figure out when you're supposed to eat, all right? So your time to nutrition is built completely around when you work out. This workout block right here in yellow has to all go together. All go together. This down here, other timed meals, those can be moved around. Okay, the only exception to that is Autumn says that this meal right here, meal option 1, can be substituted for your pre-workout meal, which means you would move this meal to somewhere later in the day, all right, which is what I do. So here's an example of a timed nutrition meal plan as a pre-workout meal. And then you would eat your pre-workout meal. You would wait. You're supposed to wait 30 minutes to an hour. You want to drink your Energized 15 to 20 minutes before you work out. If you're using Hydrate, that's used during the workout. Then you would do your workout. Then at the end, you would use Recovery within 30 minutes to an hour to recover those muscles and put glycogen back in your body with 1 purple. So their example is a half a banana. Then you wait an hour again and you eat your post-workout meal. Some of you are going to have to take your post-workout meal with you if you are heading to a job or whatever and you work out first thing in the morning. And then these would be your meals the rest of the day. Recharge is something that you can use. It's a Performance Line product that you drink before you go to bed at night. It's like a vanilla protein shake, but it's not a protein shake. It's really to bring recovery to the muscles in your body, and it helps you sleep incredibly well. All right, so if you're not using Performance Line products, okay, that's your rest day meal plan. If you're not using Performance Line products, they do give you an example of that somewhere. Now we'll come back to that. Okay, so this is an example of what it would look like. Let's see, that's refeed day. So let's jump that because we're not going to be doing refeed day. And that's peak week, and we're not doing that. Okay, here we go. So here's like workout block examples. This is if you work out early in the morning like I do. I'll tell you what I do. I do the purple red teaspoon at like 5:15, 5:20 in the morning. Then I wait about 30 minutes, drink my Energize formula. Then I work out at 6 a.m. from 6 to 7. Then I drink my Recovery with 1 purple, which is usually a half a banana, about 30 minutes to an hour after, usually about 30 minutes after I work out, 15 to 30 minutes. Then I wait an hour and I eat my green, red, yellow teaspoon, which I've told y'all before. I showed you earlier last week that that is usually a whole grain waffle, which is a yellow, 3 turkey or chicken sausage links, a green container of cucumber, and 1 teaspoon of almond butter. That's what I usually do. Or I take my teaspoon and put it in my coffee, which coconut creamer is 1 teaspoon, but you're supposed to use like 8 ounces, guys. 8 ounces is 1 teaspoon. I don't even use 2 ounces. So sometimes I don't even count my creamer, and Autumn does stuff like that all the time. All right, then I've already used this meal. So at 1 o'clock, I usually eat my green, red, orange meal, or for me, it's usually like 12:30 or 12 o'clock. I eat my green, red, orange. Mid-afternoon is about 3 o'clock, and I eat green and blue. Examples of that would be carrots and hummus. It would be carrots and almonds, or blue container, or a small cheese like a, what is the name of that cheese that I use? The little cheese cubes you can buy in the store. And then I'll have a green container of carrots, cucumbers. I'm trying to think what other green I do, sometimes cauliflower. And then dinner is usually my green, red, yellow teaspoon again. Now, Autumn really prefers that we get those carbohydrates in earlier in the day. And I tried that, but my family is usually eating green, red, yellow at night. They're actually eating green, red, yellow, purple most nights. So at least I can still eat basically what they're eating if I reserve that meal for the end of the day. And then I usually finish my evening with some herbal tea before I go to bed. There are other examples of how you can do your time to nutrition based on when you work out. If you need help with figuring out where your workout block should go and how you should maneuver that, then please ask questions in the group. I work out at 6. Kristen Tyree works out at like 4:30 in the morning. So does Jennifer Wells. Other people, Amy sometimes doesn't work out until 9 or 9:30. So everybody's different. Everybody's not doing their time nutrition exactly the same. And I will come back in later in the week and show you how you can set up alarms in your phone to remind you, okay, these are the colors I'm supposed to eat at this time, so you don't have to carry around a piece of paper with you. If you're not using the Beachbody performance products, you would follow this guideline right here. Honestly, I don't know how you would do it without the performance line products. I know I would not be able to get through these super intense workouts without Energize. So I, again, cannot emphasize enough to you how important that one product is to use. Then if you're not in tier A, then you would go to these other tiers and you would pick that one out. Or if you're a vegan and you need to do plan A vegan style, then you would click this PDF file. Girls, you make it work for you. So that's just a very quick overview of how to do the time to nutrition plan. I cannot emphasize enough to you, though, especially after going through this program already, that you need to eat all of your food. You do not need to be afraid of eating all the food, which is where I think I made a mistake myself. Even though I got my own results, I lost 5 pounds, I lost 8.5 inches. I was pleased with that. There are things I know that I need to tweak when I go back and do it again with you guys on Monday. Please do not think you're going to get results from this program if you do not follow the timed nutrition. You have to do this program the way it has been designed by Autumn to do. If you don't do it her way, you're not going to get results. And I want to see you get results, and I know you do too. So let's do it the way it's designed to do. All right, guys, if you have questions, reach out to me, share your questions in our 30-day virtual group, because that's what it's for, to help you maneuver these programs and understand. And you can't understand if you don't ask questions. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Thanks, you guys. Bye.